Mobius Trip. To play this game, probably must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game.
Okay, I'm doing it.
All right, I'll guide you. All right, you're on a spaceship. You can choose help, I'm blind, I can't see anything. What's going on? 1, 2, or 3? Help, I'm blind. Everyone's blind. There was a giant door that my vision went black. Then you have options. Please, someone talk to me. Please tell me how to solve this. Please tell me how to solve this. Uh-oh, there's a giant door heading towards you. So you'll get killed by a giant door? Are your eyes actually open?
So I kind of peeking to see what's going on.
Yeah. You know, it just loops. You can have your eyes open.
Yeah.
It's not.
All right, cool.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
The giant door. Am I going to be killed by a giant door? Oh no!
Oh.
I mean, I think you gotta like talk to find the options.
Oh, do I?
I think so. What's going on? Tell me how to solve.
Shields. Okay.
I don't remember how to get through this.
Oh, great.
But I mean, like, I'm sure the game will tell you. Find the shields. Please don't let this be forever. I think there was an Can you go in the elevator to your right? There's the lamppost. Okay, I think you gotta talk to that guy.
You got it.
Then I stop to speak something honest. I can't keep making these. Yes, that's it. That's the truth.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First
I'm
off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way. His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Hello?
Elden Ring?
Hello, is anyone there? Behind you.
Oh.
Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I've talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. When I try to create, I feel empty. Yeah, more space opened up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh no. What's happened? Did something change? Trying to find this engine that used to protect me. Start again. Wait, you're looking for a machine. I think I know where it is. It isn't far. Need to see it to know why it stopped. I can take you to it, but there's a problem. It's guarded by a difficult puzzle.
About his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
It's that puzzle.
From my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
You're a master at puzzles.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash. Seeing this game at the time that he made it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like video
You're
games
going to vomit.
are not
Uh-oh.
worth this amount of suffering. This is someone I really cared about, and I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this was the worst thing for me. I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop. But it didn't
stop.
After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Has our boy just not been talking to Coda at all? He's like, sees these games like, dude, you need help, and just leaves for however many months. Coda goes off to do his thing.
It's like kind of Coda kind of like becomes more recluse. And this like because right now he's this guy is telling you the story like years after not talking to Coda.
Right. Oh.
The machine of creativity.
And of course, it's the machine.
I know how to hurt you. I like the design idea of like the heads are just like it says the role of the person.
Yeah, I agree.
It's such an interesting design choice. We are stronger than it thinks we are. Let us show that we are not failures. Follow me. We will destroy everything that the machine has created. Uh-oh. Man, no hesitation. You just went for it.
Give a gun in my hand. I know what to do with it.
Coulda, I'll make sure your work dies here. And you only got one option.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for it? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Jesus, we're just really distracted
Yep.
here, huh?
It's all going. Ooh.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Until he realized.
Or so he thought.
You shared my work without my permission.
Yeah, you plagiarized.
Put down your weapon. Oh no.
Can you see why I felt
No
like this
mercy.
was the right thing to do?
No hesitation.
I always feel like I need to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work,
More!
and I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something.
You think you
I
got
really
him?
felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
Wah, wah.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
June 2011. The Tower.
It's just a full-on Call of Duty game.
It's that. What's that one mission from Modern Warfare 2?
And this is why I have trouble saying anything.
No
Yeah,
Russian. where you just-
exactly.
Yeah,
Because
oh my
more than
god.
anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
It needs a blankie.
It needs a blankie.
This room actually has a maze in it. Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
There you go.
voice narrator.
See, it's a nice, simple, easy game. Anyone
To
of
be
any
fair,
skill
it's
level
not
can
like
play
this
it.
is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
1 5 1 6 1 7 15 16 17. What does it mean?
Nice.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute
Time to
forced your way
activate
through
no
the first
clip.
2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that. Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed.
It is a really good game.
And I don't understand why.
This is
remember,
mine and
it's June
our friend Davey
2011.
Pepper's
I'm
one of our
playing this
favorite
for the
games.
very first time. And as I'm playing, I'm
Yeah, I can
thinking to
see
myself,
why. Definitely Davey.
Oh
vibes
yeah,
off this
for
game.
sure.
I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
But yeah, no, like I said, this
felt
is
so strongly that if I
this
could've
game kind of
connected
like
with him,
helped
that if I could've
made me
somehow
realize
made his
what the
work my
medium
own,
is
that I would
capable of in
finally
terms of
be once and
storytelling,
for all happy.
and how like cinematic
Oh, yeah.
games are kind of like
Needed to see myself
it's not
in
it, it's not the
someone else.
route. Like this is the route.
To be
It's more
someone
interactive,
who-
makes you feel more involved
But he stopped
in the story.
and left. And it felt
I mean,
somehow
I
like
agree and
Not
disagree. I
not saying
think
not
there's
saying
a
that cinematic
good-
games are bad, but
Yeah. No, there's
Mhm.
a combination for the
Where did
other
I screw
two.
up?
But it's more like, but I want more games to go this route of being an interactive story and having you be a part of it.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you. I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
So inspecting
And
my personal space
the
is not
people
possible. I
who
did
played
begin
them,
to plant solutions
They
in my work
treated
somewhere
me like
hidden between
I was
games.
important. They really listened
There's an
and
answer,
cared about what
a meaning.
I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, it was... I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself. And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Big rip.
Big rip.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself. That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your
slow
work
zoom.
to see myself in. I mean,
All right.
is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work.
Oh, it's
you
slowly
were
crushing you.
complete
That's why.
in some way that I never was. And I want to know
Yeah.
I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Epilogue.
More,
I love the end of Harry Potter.
more love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease. Solution. I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games,
Taking a straight line.
maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate.
Yep.
I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes
I'll be honest, I
making
didn't think I'd make that jump.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you. If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like. What now?
Getting goosebumps over here.
I think
And I played this game a few times already.
And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Big rip.
Big rip.
Not someone forcing you to self-reflect. How could they?
That's supposed to be happening right
Yeah.
there? Right. Okay, yeah.
It's all good. The trap door. I love the score for this game too. I wonder if there's a official release.
The score is really good. Yeah, the score is really good.
Back at the train station.
An infinite loop. A prison.
It's the whisper machine.
It's the beam. I'm gonna have to kill
Oh
myself.
no! It's a metaphor.
Is
No,
it getting farther away?
it's just a long hallway.
Okay.
So you can tell by like the beams of light coming down.
Yeah.
He thought about it. He looked back behind him. Should I? And then he did it.
The labyrinth. Percy Jackson. Credits?
Soon. All in due time.
It's like that's really it. I mean, I don't think there needs to be anything else.
That was the beginner's guide.
That was good. Very emotional, obviously.
Not
but very good.
the usual comedy thing we do on the show, but
Yeah.
but no, I mean like yeah, it's like hey, this is a short game. I think you might appreciate it. It's like a nice little indie game. It's like it's
Yeah.
best thing about it, really short. I know you will appreciate it being really short and to the point.
Yeah, I appreciate the story and how like it's just to the point, gets the emotional beats off. It's really good. I like how they uses it, how it uses the medium. Really good, makes you think.
Just waiting for him to release a new game. I mean, Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe was basically had a whole second game attached to it, so that was nice. The new endings were nice.
You're waiting for him to release a new game, Kevin? Did you not get the point of this one?
I am the
God damn it.
I'm the
Leave the
reason
man
why he
alone.
stopped making games. No, he's still making games. He just partnered with another game designer and made a studio with and they're working with Annapurna on something. So yeah,
Oof.
they're at some point we're going to see another game from
13 minutes.
What's up? 13 minutes.
Like 12 minutes. The shitty game that me and Davey did not like for Annapurna.
Oh,
The time
yeah.
loop game.
Oh, yes, 12 minutes. Yes, that's Annapurna. I think published that. I don't think they developed it, but
they published it.
They published. Yeah, they have some clunkers for sure in their catalog, but then they got some like things that look decent, like this upcoming one, Stray, where you play as a cat in a cyberpunk city. That's published by Annapurna.
Yeah, Stray looks good.
But yeah, I'm glad you liked the game.
Yeah,
Thank you
nice.
everyone for joining us on this, and we will see you with a new game next week. Bye.